Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
I woke up at dawn one day, and I heard the sound of a voice calling from a distance. It was a strange sound wafting into my half-awake consciousness. It took a moment before I realized that it was a Muslim's call to prayer. How strange that I hear it here where I am. I am no longer in Mindanao. I have left my southern homeland a long time ago. I am Catholic, and I am living in a predominantly Catholic residential village in Metro Manila. I have never heard a sound of the Muslim call to prayer here in my village. Well, not until now. The call to prayer is a call familiar to Muslims, for they pray 5 times a day. Muslims are the followers of Islam. Islam, I have learned, comes from the word salam, meaning peace. Islam is a religion of peace, say my Muslim friends. I have many Muslim friends here in Manila. Although Mindanao, the southern region of the Philippines, is known to be the homeland of Muslims, there are many Muslims now living elsewhere in the country. Many Muslims, seeking better lives for themselves and their families, have settled in Metro Manila. But life here in the metropolis has not been easy for them either. My Muslim friends are faced with many difficult challenges every day. Every day they strive to live in the light of hope that Allah may have mercy on them and ease their plight. We, Christians who have borne witness to their lives here, share with you this story.
My name is Lee Culiano. I am Catholic and have been involved in Muslim-Christian relationship building in Metro Manila since 2003 as coordinator of the Muslim-Christian Peacemaker grassroots program. Although my experience in the field began in Mindanao many years ago, I have been persuaded by Marites Africa to join the Peacemaker Circle and help in building Muslim-Christian relationships in grassroots communities in Metro Manila. At first, I was skeptical about the need for it in the metropolis, this being so far away from the conflict-ridden southern region of Mindanao. But as I began to look around me, I was surprised to see many poor Muslim communities in the metropolis that are suffering the pangs of poverty and the hardships of life. I realized then that the attitudes of prejudice and fear of Muslims that exist among the predominantly Christian populace of Metro Manila are contributing to the difficulties of people in Mindanao. We Filipinos will never be able to attain peace and harmony in our country if those of us in the National Capital Region will not participate in the effort. We are not merely meaningless clusters of islands surrounded by bodies of water. We are one country of diverse people that needs to unite and collaborate with one another as brothers and sisters. As a Catholic working with Muslims in grassroots communities here in Metro Manila, I have learned to deeply appreciate the value of kinship with my Muslim brothers and sisters.
This is Maklis. He is a respected leader of the Muslims in Lower Riverside, Barangay 188 in Phase 12, Tala, Caloocan City. In October 2004, he was elected president of the Muslim Christian Peacemakers Association in their barangay.
Higit sa lahat, noong first time ako dumating dito sa Bagunsilang, Caloocan, noong year 1996, ay talagang mahirap ang buhay namin dito. Unang-una, wala akong kakilala rito, lalo ng aking pamilya. So sa awa ng Allah, Panginoon Diyos, na nakikipagkaibigan ako sa taga rito, Muslim man o Christian, paano ko malaman ng buhay dito. So sa awa ng Allah, nakaroon kami ng kaibigan ng Kristiyano na babae. Dahil sa naparito kami sa lugar nito upang maganap buhay, hindi kami naparito na maganap ng gulo, alang-alang sa kapayapaan.
Makli's life in the busy metropolis is a story that many Muslims would resonate with. It is a life of struggle to survive in an environment that is alien to their culture and beliefs as followers of Islam. The challenges of life in Metro Manila are many and difficult. For Muslims like Maklis and his family, the struggle to live in dignity as human beings calls for surmounting not only the problem of poverty, but also the problems brought about by attitudes of discrimination and prejudice against them by their Christian neighbors.
Yung mga brother and sister natin ng mga Kristiyano rito, medyo sila sa amin. Dahil ang balita daw nila, kami mga Muslim ay masasama. Bumigat sa kalooban ko yun. Kasi gusto ko sila talaga akay na maging kaibigan namin sila. Lalo na itong mga namin dito, yung mga kapitbahay namin. Iba sa kanila, kung maari pa sanay, magpipetisyon sila na hindi kami mailagay dito eh. Dahil ang balita nila, kami daw mga Muslim ay masasama, pumapatay ng tao, gano'n.
When the Peacemaker Circle reached out to the Christian residents of Phase 12 in Barangay 188 and asked them how they felt about Muslims, their answers were not surprising.
Abu Sayyaf, namumugot ng ulo.
Takot na takot po ako nung nakita po ako ng Muslim.
May pangamba ako dahil yung mga naririnig ko noon sa Mindanao na mga gulo, mga digmaan.
Pagkakakilala kasi natin sa mga Muslim, mga terorista.
At nadagdagan yun, ng mga natiro na nga sila rin nakakarinig ako ng mga putok-putok ng mga baril. May lalo akong natakot.
The difficulties that Muslims face in Metro Manila are many. Apart from the tribal differences that divide them, there are the economic, social, and political concerns that they have to contend with in their struggle. Siti Rahana Ganda of the Office on Muslim Affairs gives us a glimpse of the plight of some Muslims living around the Quiapo Mosque area.
Ang mga pamilya po na nakatira sa mga barong-barong na ito ay nasa likod siya ng Golden Mosque. Ang mga bahay na po ito ay ito yung mga kasama dun sa nasunog last May 9. Ito pong mga bahay dito ay composed of tribes from Maranao, Iranon, Maguindanao na nanggaling sa kanilang mga probinsya, nakikipagsapalaran dito sa Manila. But sad to say, they really need some place to relocate due to congestion, lack of space, at saka lack of facilities.
This is Sirikit from Quiapo Dos of Maharlika Village, a predominantly Maguindanao Muslim community that was razed to the ground by fire in July 2005.
Ako po ay may 6 na anak, nag-aaral po. Wala pong sapat na trabaho ang asawa ko. Dahil magmula po nang dumating kami dito sa Maynila, pumasok po siya ng trabaho bilang security. Pero sa nang di kalaunan, naputol po ang pagtatrabaho niya dahil po sa pinaghinalaran din po siyang rebelde. Rebelde po ng MNLF or kaya MILF. Pero hindi po, yun po ay walang basihan, wala pong katotohanan. Hoy Muslim, sabi niya, taga Cotabato, taga Mindanao, rebelde. Dapat sa inyo mga barilang hinahawakan nyo. Kung gusto nyo barilan tayo. Ang sagot naman ng mister ko, hindi po ako lumikas para pumunta dito na makipaghanap ng gulo. Kami po ay lumikas papuntang Maynila, pumunta dito para maghanap buhay at papag-aralin sa abot ng aking makakayang aking mga anak. Nandoon na po ang ginagawa na lang po ng asawa ko. Pumapasok na lang po meron po siyang kaibigan na meron pong pasama sa kanya na magtrabaho, maghanap. Pero hindi po tinatanggap. Kapag kay pangalan po ay isang Muslim, dahil Haji Yasir, hindi po tinatanggap yun. Yun ang masakit. Hindi po lahat ng mga Muslim, lalaki man o babae, ay puro mga rebelde. Hindi po.
This is Hannah, who likewise speaks from her pain.
Ang masakit sa akin, yung mga nasasaksihan ko po sa aking paligid. At ito namang kasuotan ko, parang mahirap din sa akin dahil sa bawat labas ko ng bahay, parang ako yung hinahanting ng mga kung sino man yung nasa batas. Yung mga kapitbahay namin, kung hindi ako tatawaging madre, isang Muslim na kinakatakutan o kaya Abu Sayyaf. So ang nagpalakas sa loob ko, wala naman akong ginagawang masama. Ang ginagawa ko lang ay para sa Allah, sinusuot ko ito ay para sa Allah, hindi para sa mga taong humahabol kung kanino mang inosente na hinuhuli.
This is Amir, a devoted public servant who was born witness to the human rights violations against his Muslim brothers and sisters and wishes that their pleas for justice be heard.
We in the Office on Muslim Affairs received a list of all Muslim Filipinos being jailed within Metro Manila. There are more than 1,000 Muslims which were being jailed in Metro Manila on different crimes like murder, frustrated murder, rape, violation of the Dangerous Drug Act, among others. However, there were more than 20%, more or less 20%, were being jailed without any cause or crime being committed. That is not in accordance with the human rights or the Bill of Rights as mandated under the Constitution, as enshrined in our Constitution. So we are being mandated also to enforce the laws, including the Constitution.
Muslim converts have their own problems too and express their own sense of frustration and rejection in this predominantly Christian society. This is Yusuf, a Muslim convert who speaks of personal experiences of injustice and discrimination against Muslims.
Maraming balik Islam ay nakakat off o nasa-socially ostracized sa loob ng pamilya nila. Isang example of social ostracism lang, itong nangyari dito sa Green Hills Mosque. I knew, even before the Green Hills Mosque issue, that there was already a growing sentiment against Muslims having mosque here in this Green Hills area. At first, the brothers were requesting through the leadership to find a place where we can worship maybe close by here. When I requested a real estate broker from this area to look for one, some people were making comments in Green Hills, please do not sell to them. Mula sa North Green Hills Association, yung sulat nila dun sa Ortigas that we Muslims, everywhere a mosque is built and everywhere Muslims go, we bring criminality with us.
Whatever one's sentiments towards Muslims may be, the fact remains that there exist prevailing attitudes of prejudice and discrimination against Muslims among Christians, and vice versa. But has the relationship between Muslims and Christians always been fraught with conflict and violence in our history? Dr. Abdul Hussein Kashim, lecturer on diplomacy and international relations, has this to say.
No, it was not always like that. The time when we got independence in 1946 was characterized more by goodwill, good relationship between Muslims, although we had started with anti-incorporation sentiments against being part of the Philippines. But the Philippine New Republic was quite running well with respect to managing the Muslims in the South. The problem, I think, came in the 70s when there was a need for political leadership to justify certain action. And I'm referring here to the declaration of martial law. So in 1968, the Moro National Liberation Front went underground, and it is such time that fighting erupted. And from 1971 up to about 73, we already witnessed spectacles of migrations of Muslims, not only to the north, but also to even as far as Sabah, Malaysia. So Muslims affected in the northern part of Mindanao came to Luzon, specifically Metro Manila area. But Muslims in the south migrated to Sabah, Malaysia. So this is the situation we have today. We have a social phenomenon. It's almost like a diaspora, you know. I don't think that we will have the capability